you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't here for my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I won't always smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get mad. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regret, we only facing the threat.
This is the sound of Eric Malcolm.
It's a cut on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine, you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans, and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine, you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me?
All right. Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your morning wake-up call. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. All right, so listen, I'm getting a late start this morning, honey. I was supposed to be on here at 8. Those people are supposed to be coming between 9 and 1. I hope I get done with this live before they show up, or I'm going to have to put them on pause. Okay, so with that all being said, and without further ado, hey, 504 NOLA, that crazy bitch Aries, Claudette, most hated bronze flat power god. Sheila is in the house. Queen Huey is here. All right, let's get into it. Okay, Leon is in here. Elaine is here. All right, let's get the party started, Perplex. Okay, Sheila, Desmond, shout out to all of my loyal royals and everyone tuned into the Queen, and also shout out to my moderators for putting in work. I see you all, hell no. Okay, so with that all been said, let's have a brief word from my sponsor so we can go ahead and get started. Okay, here we go.
Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
Okay, so with that all been said, don't forget you can purchase 12 Tribes Hair Oil at Etsy.com. Just look for Lisa Crafts, and you can also find it at Walmart.com. And also, she sells a beard oil as well. Okay, so let's get into it, beloveds. Let's get into it. So here's what's going on, you guys. So if you missed the video that I did last night, please watch that when you get a chance, so you can get all the information that was put out there. So now here's what's going on. So there's 2 Celestes. Okay, people are saying that one of them, which was older, they say that she reportedly is 23. I'm wondering why she hasn't come out and said anything. I guess she feels like she doesn't have to because she's not the one that's missing. I don't know. But at the end of the day, some people feel like he was using the second Celeste as a decoy. But come to find out, from my research, both of the Celestes knew each other. And they were, quite frankly, in a love triangle. So I'm going to go over some posts that was on Discord. But also, let me just reiterate for those of you who missed the broadcast last night, they were talking about somebody in the chat mentioned something about a fetus being found on David's property, which I had also heard that, but I didn't put any credence to it because it has not been confirmed by the police. So first of all, let's clear that up. Okay, this is a rumor online. We don't know if it's true or not. Okay, so and I just want to make sure that I'm telling you this is not a verified report. Okay, infant remains allegedly found near David's home as Celeste Rivas case explodes online. Now, I'm not going to read this whole thing, but I just want to show you all that when they talk about this, they say unverified reports of an infant. Okay, and then it goes on further to say that the police have not confirmed it. Hold on. Okay, let me click on this. Yeah, here it is right here. It says, despite the online firestorm, authorities have not confirmed the allegations. Officials have so far remained tight-lipped, and critics warn that misinformation is fueling unnecessary hysteria. Okay, people need to wait for verified updates from law enforcement. Exactly, and I agree. Okay, because I don't know anything about a fetus being found on the property or whatnot, but what I do know is that according to some of the messages in Discord, someone may have possibly been pregnant. Okay, and like I said, that is from some of the comments, the posts that were on Discord. So let's go through some of those. Okay, here we go. Hold on just a second. Let me make sure I'm pulling up the right thing. Hold on, beloveds. Okay, so first off, I told you all last night, and I'm going to drop the link if anybody wants to donate. But they actually have a link for a GoFundMe for Celeste. Okay, I'm going to put the link in the chat if anyone wants to donate. Her family said they need help burying her. Would seem to me like David should be paying for this. I would just think that that would be the least he could do. Okay, I mean, even if he did it through a third party, he doesn't have to be the one to give it to him, but it would be a kind gesture. Now, especially if he's not guilty, right? But it seems like he absolutely is. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen. Now, this says his Discord mod is on I guess Twitter, trying to twist it back on Celeste. Okay, so they were saying one of his people, one of his moderators, was trying to act like this is all Celeste's fault, and people were like really totally ticked off about it. Okay, so it says David's Twitch mod is on the timeline trying to put the blame on the deceased girl. Sick. Okay, they say, and here's what he supposedly said. It says allegedly Celeste lied about her age to David and claimed she was 19 and David was blackmailed by her friends. Now, I want you all to pay attention because clearly he's trying to take up for David. There is no way that David thought this young lady was 19 years old, okay? There's no way he thought she was 19. She looks like she's 13 or 14, okay? And so somebody said, explain how bad it is then. Oh, I'm sorry, it says right here. Actually, Ethan, you don't know how bad this is. And then someone says, explain how bad it is then. He says, bro, this was a secret that wasn't supposed to get out. David didn't know how old the girl was. She was lying and said she was 19 when he was 20. And the second he found out, he took her home. And since we were dumb ass kids, we tried to blackmail him and we really messed up. And if you keep that video up, you could ruin his life for doing nothing wrong over a girl lying. And then you could ruin my life because he would know I leaked it and I could go to jail for like slandering him, bro. And then the person says, pay me. The person says, pay me as if they give a crap. So this guy is clearly lying, okay? There's no such thing as he thought she was 19 and took her home because she was with him for quite some time. All right. So that's all cap. And a lot of these people, I feel like they're starting to bodyguard Marky included when he was saying he didn't know her and all this stuff. And then the other guy from Egypt says that it wasn't the same Celeste. Now he could be telling the truth because now we know there are two Celeste. Okay, so I don't know. This story gets more and more crazy as it unfolds. So now let's talk about this second Celeste because here it is right here. Okay, now let me see if I can enlarge this. Okay, it's not letting me blow this up. Hold on. Now, with that all being said, this is a post. It says David's odd obsession with Celeste, possible incriminating evidence. Celeste Rivas Hernandez, age 15, deceased. And then down here you see Celeste Herrera, age 23. But what's interesting about this picture is I really wish I could blow this up. Let me try again. Okay, it looks like it's a little bigger now. Okay, so if you notice, they both have on the same jacket. Okay, they both are wearing the same Gap jacket, which I find very interesting because this is obviously Celeste Rivas' jacket because this is what she was wearing on her missing poster. So is he having the other Celeste wear the dead girl's jacket? Because that's what it seems like. Okay, now here's what the theory is. Celeste Rivas Hernandez was killed all the way back before the 8th of June, according to the report of her missing body. The body was heavily decomposed and chopped up. Depending on the longevity of the decomposition, we won't really know if this theory is true or not. But to continue on with the theory, I believe that after killing Celeste, okay, I'm not even going to get into all this because this is just a theory that somebody came up with. I really don't care. At the end of the day, I want the facts and the receipts. But for now, let's look at the fact that there's two Celestes and they have a similar look, both with dark hair, both probably around the same size, and that's obvious because they both are wearing the same size jacket. Okay, one of them supposedly 23 and the other one 15 years old. Now, as I said, supposedly both of these Celestes knew each other and they were in a whole triangle. Also, it was said that when both of them were around, one of them was called Cece, the older Celeste was called Cece. Now, we're going to get more into that, but look at this. This is another thing. And this is how you know that David, there's no way he thought that this girl was 19. Look at her face. Look at her face. Okay, she looks like a little kid. All right, and I want you to pay attention right now to the blue wig she's wearing because this is the same wig that David is wearing in another video. See there? Okay, there's David in the same wig. All right. And this Celeste definitely doesn't look 19 years old. It's very obvious, okay, that she's younger. So they can stop the cap. Okay, now, yeah, she has been a runaway. She had run away multiple times, beloved. Okay, so now here it says, and this is from Discord, the girl who follows Celeste on TikTok showed her repost about pregnancy, combined with the screenshots about pregnancy in the Discord chat. Okay, let me just take this down because I don't believe this person. That person was not Celeste. I don't know who posted that. I didn't mean to save it. Hold on. Now, this is something I showed you all on yesterday, but I want to go back over this because in this exchange, they talk about a guy named Gus, who is supposed to be somebody that Celeste used to date, right? So this guy, allegedly, this is all, I can't confirm this as of yet, but supposedly Celeste's brother said that the guy named Gus that Celeste used to date is dead. They're saying that he's dead too. Now, I'm not saying David did anything to him because we don't know that, but the brother says supposedly, allegedly that he was shot. Okay. Now, so this is the person that she was talking about in this text exchange. When the friend said, okay, I'm just gonna check up on you. I don't want to talk to anyone. That's it. Yes. Okay, yes. Then she says, OFC. And then she says, but you have to swear you're gonna stay safe. Are you gonna talk to David or go back with him? Because I don't want you to get in any more trouble with him. I'm safe. No, I'm not. Okay, I love you. I'll text you in about a week. Don't delete Instagram. And then she says, love you too, and I won't. Then she says, I made it. It can bleed and not bleed during blank. Y'all know what it is. Okay, because you probably did it when you were younger. And then she says, you don't have to bleed the first time. And then she says, I didn't because I wasn't orny with an H. She says, you said you bled. What? I thought I did, but I just got my monthly or whatever. Okay, I only bled with David. With Gus, I was just drunk and did it because he got mad at me the first time for not having blank with him. Okay, this is a whole lot going on for somebody so young. But I want you to pay attention because that's where she mentions the person Gus. Okay? That's when she mentions that person Gus that they're now saying is deceased as well. Now, that could be a coincidence. I don't know, but you all let me know what you think about it because I find it all very interesting. Now, with that being said, likes up, everyone, please. Like and share. Thank you in advance. Okay, so here's an exchange right here. This also, hold on, I'm going to share my screen. Okay, these are just some messages I found on David's server. User deleted might be Celeste. What do y'all think? Okay, so here's a picture of David with faces blurred. It looks like some kind of, I don't know, distorted picture or whatever. And then it has deleted user. This is from November of 2022. Okay, so it says something about says, I want my first daughter to be a girl. And they're saying they didn't know she was a child. Everything she did in the server was so childish from the grammar and what she was saying. Okay, and here's the thing. That's another thing too. You could absolutely tell that she was young because of the way she was talking, the things that she was saying in Discord. Okay, this is all reeking of somebody that is a kid, basically. Then somebody says, yo, the pregnancy thing, is that real? One of my leading theories had been that she sadly got pregnant from his abuse and he snapped because he couldn't hide his disgusting behavior anymore. I think they meant anymore instead of anyone. And that's why he did what he did. Just been a thought, but holy ish, man, I'm sick. Okay, now here's another one. This is from Discord. It says, this is another one of the posts from Discord. Hold on. Do I need to read this? Okay, I'm going to skip past some of this stuff because some of it is really not that important. Hold on. Now, there was a conversation. I think this might be it right here. Let me see. This is a conversation from somebody listed as deleted user. And this is the person that they were saying they think is Celeste. Oh no, these are the messages. Now look at this, you guys, because they're also saying that messages are being deleted. Like they're trying to purge all of the messages off of Discord. Okay, they said that the admin is trying to purge all of these messages. And so we might not be able to see some of this stuff because I had all the receipts last night. They may have purged this stuff. I don't know. Let me just try and double check because there was a message last night saying they're purging stuff off of Discord. And everybody was talking about, oh, they're trying to hide, they're trying to do a cleanup job. Okay, this is what I want you all to see. Now, I'm going to have to really strain my eyes to read this, but this is a long message and it's very detailed. Okay, and this person is the one that says that the Celestes both knew each other. Okay, so now I'm going to read this. Okay, now listen close. So I have a friend who was found with David, and I was around David because of him. Heads up, it's a real long read. Oh, hold on. I was around him because of him. Heads up, it's a real long read. Okay, my friend and I found out about the car September the 8th, and my friend contacted David after, and he just responded with, I can't say anything about that because I don't know what's going on. My car was stolen, and I'm talking to the police. Okay, that was the last thing David said. Now, as things started to come out online and the idea of the victim was, we realized that the body was found was his girlfriend Celeste, the 19-year-old. We met a few times after his shows, kickbacks, parties. One thing I can talk about that I am 100% sure is that there are two Celeste because I've met them both and spoken to them both. One thing about that, looking back, that I find weird is that when we were both in the same room, the older one calls herself Cece. If one was there and the other wasn't, then she would call herself Celeste. Now, I wasn't too close to David, but my friend was. He was always invited to events or kickbacks at his place or his shows at hotels, and he would bring me with him. He was always surrounded by other streamers and TikTokers. Mark's Fat A and his guy, and Mark is the bodyguard, okay? He says Mark's Fat A and this guy Ben. Now, when we would stream with other people at his place, he would pull Celeste, the minor, to the side and tell her he was going to stream and she can watch him in the room. So the girl would go hide out. I specifically remember this because this happened during a tattoo party, okay, that he threw. And there was a female artist, Jay, who came from the IE, San Bernardino, I believe, and she actually refused to tattoo minor Celeste because she needed an actual copy of her consent forms. And the minor Celeste was asking for a butterfly behind her neck. Like Cece and I remember that artist kept saying no. And David started to get annoyed and told the artist that she lost out on the clientele that he was going to bring her. And she said that she was fine. She just has a policy like his NDA that she likes to follow. He tried to tell the artist Jay that Celeste already had tattoos and she shouldn't worry about it because she is 19. She told David, dude, I'm not going to lie. She looks 13. I need the ID. I respect your NDA. Please respect my policy. He just said, okay, and pulled Celeste to the side and told her he was going to call his other artists later and that he was going to stream and she should go to the room. So she came out when he was done. He kissed her on the forehead, came back to Jay and apologized to her and gave her a side hug. By the way, I was getting tattooed, cherry blossoms on the inside of my wrist. It's posted on her Instagram with purple nails. And my friend didn't get anything that day, but he did get a Princess Manano Kai or Manano Key tattoo on his back by her the last tattoo event David had in May of last year. Now, when this back and forth was happening and when he left, I asked her if this was the first time she's tattooed him, and she said no. And that was her second time there because last party, this fat guy named Mark told her Celeste was a minor, but she wasn't sure if it was true or not. But if so, Jay wanted nothing to do with that stuff. And she didn't understand why the last party she came and that Cece girl was getting called a different name. She couldn't remember what it was, but it wasn't Celeste. I tried reaching out to the artist Jay on Instagram to see what happened after the last party. I seen her where my friend got tattooed by her around May of 2024. It was before David It was before David's. My house is. It was before David's. My house is not a home. Oh, I'm sorry. It was. There's no punctuation, you guys. Okay, so I'm trying to read this as she's intended for it to be read. Okay, it was before David's. My house is not a home tour, but no reply. And I tried again recently, but noticed she hasn't posted since November of last year, which is scary. I believe the last time David contacted my friend was when he played a show in San Diego August 5th. Also, I'm hearing the older Celeste is claiming she never knew or met Celeste. And that's a damn lie because this is Celeste in the back. And that's her looking annoyed and miserable as usual. When I spoke to her, she always seemed bothered with David's girlfriend. Okay, when David's girlfriend was around and she wasn't getting his attention. I don't know. It always seemed like a love triangle, so I thought. Also, I find it weird that there's no information on David's whereabouts now, and he blocked my friend. He blocked my friend because he sent him a text, and it was a green bubble. He does have family in Texas, and I know he is from New York, so maybe he's out there hiding. But let's hope Celeste gets justice, and the older Celeste needs to be questioned because it is crazy odd that she's seen wearing a dead girl's clothes. She always gave me bad vibes. What do y'all think about that? What do you all think about that? Isn't this crazy? Why is she wearing this dead girl's clothes and now acting as though she never knew the other Celeste? Because this person says she absolutely knew her. Okay, says that she absolutely knew her. And you know what I was thinking when I saw this Celeste right here? I'm thinking that in that video that I showed you all last night, let me see if I still have it. The video, one of the videos that I showed you all last night, darn it, I think I deleted it. But there was a video that I showed you all last night, if you remember, where Celeste had on these glasses and then she was standing outside with David while he was talking to friends, and then she walked away. Okay, I think that was Celeste Herrera. Now that I'm looking at her, I think that was her. The rest of the videos was the missing Celeste, who's now deceased. And also on that video with the pink pants when they were going backstage, that was David's brother, supposedly. Okay, because the guy with her, like they were sneaking in or whatever, and they turned around and looked back. That was supposedly David's brother. And also, we know that it was definitely Celeste Rivas, because I zoomed in and she was wearing those Hello Kitty Crocs, okay, that she wears often in some of those videos. So that was definitely the younger Celeste. Okay, but this is all getting real crazy at the end of the day. Now, hold on. Let me pull up this next one. Okay, now here's one where they talk about deleting posts. So it says, this is someone but named Everyone says, I hate to disappoint, but I am not David. Hope this helps. Somebody said, I got like 600 DM requests and have seen a bunch of Twitter posts the past couple of days. So just thought I'd let y'all know. There's been like 1,000 DMs and a bunch of posts. So I just thought I'd clear that part up. Staff statement regarding the situation is in number announcements. I don't see a number though, but my fault for the double ping. I deleted it by accident. Okay, so this is apparently somebody whose account they thought, and this says September the 21st of 2025. So this was actually yesterday. So this account is obviously, I guess they thought this was David, and the person's telling them that they're not, and they've been getting all these texts, or not texts, but DMs and whatnot. They're also saying that nobody's able to get in touch with David. This is why some people think he's hiding out. Okay, now here's a post that I thought was interesting too. Okay, this was posted August the 9th of 2023. It says birthday suicide. Now, they say this needs more attention. David posted this on September the 7th, and that's Celeste's birthday. Okay, the younger Celeste, LA time. Okay, it says, this cannot be a coincidence. Was he encouraging her to unalive herself? She was 100% in his Discord server and heard this. Okay, so here are the lyrics. Here are the lyrics to David's song where they're saying that they feel like he was trying to convince her to take herself out, because this was posted on her birthday. It says, Dear Mom, And this was also posted with a video of him singing it. Now, I'm not going to play that because I don't want any copyright issues. But he was literally singing this. It says, "Dear Mom, it's my birthday. Happy birthday to me, dear Dad. It's been the worst day and in the worst way. I'm still alive. I don't want to be here. The candles don't even fit on the cake. I don't want my birthday. No, not today. Blessings on blessings. Curse after curse, and every past second for better or for worse. I don't see the better anyways. I just choose to believe I'm not okay. Dear Mom, I still love you and I thank you for life. Again, dear Dad, I still cherish times we've had. Didn't see quite eye to eye, but that's all right. Goodbye." So this is like a person saying that they're leaving up out of here and telling their parents goodbye. And yeah, David supposedly wrote this. Now, here's what they say. So I've been going through his old songs and am convinced he was trying to convince her to delete herself too. Here's his lyrics to another song. This one is called "Kill Myself for Love." Here are the lyrics. "Someone's confiscated inside my brain. I know you don't feel the same as I do. Do you love? Do you hate? Do you mean the words you say? Can you stay? Can you lay with me just another day? Kill yourself for love. I need you to kill yourself for love. I need you to kill yourself for love. I need you to kill yourself for love." This is all so weird. Are y'all listening to this crap? Also, remember the lyrics from Celeste originally said, "I want to make you suicidal," because he has a song titled Celeste. And this person saying that the original lyrics were, "I want to make you suicidal." First of all, who wants to do a song like that? Okay, and someone says this man is a male siren, a demon who lured the poor girl to her death with the power of his beautiful voice. Just terrible and tragic. You all do know they have demons that can do that, right? So, yeah, I find this very interesting. This story is getting more and more strange. Yes, I absolutely agree, Claudette. A demented mind. Absolutely. I mean, he was just into such morbid, dark things. That is just not normal. Okay? That is just not normal. And here's a poem that was posted. I screenshot this poem that David wrote, which is also weird. It's called Die. He talks so much about death. I would have absolutely assumed he was going to delete someone if I had read this stuff, prior to. Okay, he says, "I killed a flower tonight, not by stepping on it, not by uprooting it, not even by keeping it from the sun, but simply because I gave it too much water. And it reminded me, love is not gentle. Love is violence. And I have an awful habit of drowning people. I didn't mean to kill them. If anything, I tried to give them more life, but I simply gave too much water." Okay, y'all don't think this is all strange? Perplex says, "Sounds like he's into the gothic vampire culture." Yeah, it definitely sounds like something like that. He's into some dark stuff. I told y'all it sounds like horrorcore to me. That's what it sounds like. It's what it puts me in the mind of. Okay, now here's where they're giving an official statement on Discord talking about purging and getting rid of these messages. And here's what people had to say about it. So it says, official statement from David's Discord server. "To the members of this server, we, the Discord and Twitch staff team, want to clarify that we knew and didn't know regarding what we knew and didn't know regarding Celeste. We were not aware of her true age or that she was a missing person. We also did not have any contact with her outside of what was public. From what was shared in David's Twitch streams and from her role in the server, we understood her to be around 18 or 19. She appeared in 2 streams, but otherwise was not active in the server, and we did not have ongoing communication with her. Most of us are not located in California, so we were not aware of any missing person reports connected to her. Additionally, the staff team has had minimal contact with David or his management. The mention of her full name within the server was not seen in real time due to how fast the chat moves when David pings everyone. As a result of this situation, the majority of the staff team has left the server and we no longer associate with David. We do not support his actions in any capacity or priority. Our priority has always been the well-being of members in this community. We are deeply saddened by the situation and extend our prayers to Celeste's family. May she rest in peace and may her family receive justice. To support her family directly, here's the link to her official GoFundMe. Rest in peace, Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Now, here's what people said after that, trying to cover their asses. Even they think he's guilty as F, apparently. Somebody says without a doubt. Someone else says damage control. They effing knew and are complicit. Someone says most of Discord, including many mods of popular servers, are filled to brim with sickos. I don't know why there hasn't been a big lawsuit for child safety against Discord. I'm against restrictions, but I have seen so many cases of grooming that I feel it might be the right decision. Okay, so you all hear all of this? Now here's some, they say this is some more of David's messages. Y'all see this? This is what he liked. Gore, corn. Okay, y'all see that? And then I used to be an addict to watching gore vids. I love gore. That's weirdo stuff. Okay, please pay attention. And this is what really makes me think that he did something very nefarious to her when he took her life. Because I absolutely think that he's the one who took her life, and I think he did something terrible to her. He's talking about he likes gore corn. Okay, like slashing, cutting. You know, I wonder if he recorded this. Like I told you all on yesterday, I wonder if he recorded when he took her out of here, because he seems like somebody who would be into snuff films where you take a person's life and record it while you're doing it. Okay, it just seems like some sick stuff that he would be doing. Okay, this is all just crazy to me. Now here's another one from October 23rd of 2022. Celeste in here. And then Celeste says, hi, David, bark. So this is where it all started. This is what they're saying. It all started in Discord. Okay? It all started in Discord, supposedly. Okay, hold on. Now, let me see what else they have going on here. Likes up, everyone, please. Like and share. Thank you in advance. Okay, so here's when they're talking about the pregnancy. Okay, so I'm going to read you all this exchange. So there's a person on here named Deleted User, and people are speculating that this is, in fact, Celeste Rivas. Now, here's what it says. I'm only going to read the things that are relevant. Okay, it says, Deleted User says, guys. And then Deleted User says, and this is from, it looks like January of 2024. It says, I think I'm pregnant. Okay, that's what it says. I think I'm pregnant. Then Deleted User says, somebody says, why do you think you're pregnant? And then Deleted User says, my belly gets bigger. Okay, then down here, Deleted User says, it's easier. No, the person says, she says, my belly gets bigger. And then the person says, are you a virgin? And then Deleted User says, it's easier said than done. Sometimes shaking my head. No, I'm sorry, something. Sometimes something kicks my belly. She has SMTH, so I guess that's something. Sometimes something kicks my belly. This is all very strange if this is Celeste. Then on this one, Deleted User says, someone tells her, make sure if you're really pregnant or not. Make sure if you're really pregnant or not. And if yes, tell the father and tell your parents. It might be hard, but then Deleted User says, I don't have parents, but thanks for the advice. Now, I'm wondering if this is actually Celeste, if she said she doesn't have parents because she ran away from home. I don't know, but that's what she says. I don't have parents. Now, I don't know if Deleted User is Celeste, but this is just what a lot of people are saying. Okay, so then somebody says, what type of car? Deleted User says, I guess that's no problem. Are you 18 yet? 18 and I have not yet paid taxes because I have never had a job. That's what someone else says. Okay, then they say they believe she was 17. We don't know if this was her, purely speculation currently. Deleted user then says, I'm 17. Now here's a post from David. It says, are you happily married? Somebody asked David, they say at David, are you happily married or single? David says, me and at deleted user got a kid on the way. Y'all hear this? So this is what makes me further think that perhaps deleted user was in fact Celeste Rivas, because when someone asks David, is he happily married or single? He says, me and at deleted user got a kid on the way. Okay, if the pregnancy wasn't a hoax and if she is pregnant in the autopsy report, she was murdered before March this year. If the autopsy report shows that she recently had a child, then she was murdered more recently than March. This is someone speculating about the timeline. Okay, so this is all very strange. Okay, and here it is right here. Me and deleted user got a kid on the way, and then deleted user says, I don't even know what this stands for. Something about next year. JS so YK March next year. I guess she said that the child's likely due in March of next year. Now, this is a picture of David with his arm on a female's, with his arm on a female's legs. Now, what's interesting about this picture is this. If you look closely, I know you guys probably can't see this, but it says after the pregnancy reveal, David's arm on her leg. So they're saying after they were talking about her being pregnant and David saying they have a baby on the way, he posts this picture and it says deleted user, or one of them posts this picture. I guess deleted user posted it because it says deleted user. But this is December of 2024. Now this is a picture, like I said, of David. We know it's him because of the bracelet, and these pants are pink. Now what makes me think this is absolutely Celeste Rivas, if you all remember when I showed you the video last night when Celeste was sneaking in with David's brother, she was wearing the Hello Kitty shoes and pink joggers. Do you all remember that? And these look like the same pink pants in this picture. Okay, I know you all can't really see it good, but those are the same pants it looks like. Okay, and then somebody says first four screenshots might not be her, but keep that in mind. Just doing this in case no one has done the timeline of the pregnancy. If that was her in the pregnancy scare screenshots, that means that he was having blank with her when she was 13. Somebody says, I believe those are the same pink suede track pants from the video of her and David's brother backstage. Yeah, and that's exactly what I think too. Somebody says, and they're backstage in this photo. They're backstage in this photo. Okay, yeah, I noticed it was backstage. That's why I included it. Okay, so here are some more messages from Discord. Let's see what this says. There he goes again talking about that gore corn. Okay. Greta says, did the family know she was with this man? I have so many questions. Well, here's what they're saying, beloved. Now, I can't substantiate this. A lot of this is rumors and innuendo. We don't have anything confirmed until the cops come out and do so. But what people are saying, and this is some people that knew her, okay, as well as other people online speculating, but people say that David, absolutely, her family knew, because there's actually a picture. I hope I have that on here to show you all, but there's actually a picture of David in her neighborhood. If there was a picture of David actually in her neighborhood, and it looked like he was handing out money. It looked like he was handing out money to people, and they said that he was handing out money, and he was doing that to keep people quiet. Okay, said that he was doing so to keep people quiet about her age and not to say anything about him dealing with her. So it's just all real crazy at the end of the day. Really, really interesting. Okay, hold on. Likes up, everyone, please. Like and share. Thank you in advance. Okay, Greta says, wow, her family knew and approved this mess, so they are complicit. Well, I don't think the brother was complicit because from day one, they were saying that the brother basically went and reported her missing to the police or told them what was going on or whatever. And the police really couldn't do anything. And maybe it was because the mother didn't file a report. I'm not sure. I'm going to go to this news clip and then I'm going to go over some more messages, a few more messages. Okay, like stuff, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance.
Incidences. And that goes double for cops who are investigating murders of runaway teenagers, especially runaway teenage girls. That fact has got to be hitting home tonight, literally, for the singer known professionally as David, spelled D4vd. I know it's strange, but it's pronounced David. His legal name is David Anthony Burke. And it is quite possible that's the name that was included in the warrant last night that was executed to search the home where he's been living. It's also the same name that's said to be on the title of the impounded Tesla, where the body of a dismembered and decomposing teenage girl was found by police in the trunk, or should I say frunk, the front trunk. That was 1 week ago Monday. If you were with us here last night, you know that that body has been identified as Celeste Rivas Hernandez, whose family reported her missing in April of last year. And get this, she may not look it in this picture, but she was just 13 when she went missing. Celeste's birthday, the 15th birthday, was the day before her body was found. But since it was the stench of rotting human remains that led the impound workers to call the LAPD, it is almost certain that Celeste did not live to see 15. For David, who's now on a world tour, none of this is good news, but it's not bad for him yet, legally speaking. That said, here are some of the bizarre coincidences that you cannot ignore in this murder case. This murdered teenager and the up-and-coming singer both have the same tattoos on their right index fingers, reading, shh. To be fair, it is a popular tattoo, SHHH, far from unique. But Celeste's mother says that her daughter was dating somebody named David when she went missing. And yes, David is a common name. I get it. Then there's the photo. A photo of David, the singer, in Celeste's neighborhood, not far from her house, minutes actually walking, right before she disappeared. And should I say that Celeste's house is like over an hour away from where David was living, so not likely just to be there for no reason. And now we know that in December of 2023, a song leaked out that is highly curious in retrospect. It is a demo track by David, and it's called, say it with me now, Celeste. The name of the song is Celeste, and it's all about his love for a girl who's named Celeste. Still, there was no indication that LA police were connecting the dots.
So, yes, he did have a song titled Celeste, as I told you all. Okay, he absolutely had a song about Celeste, talking about he was obsessed with her and all of that. So, hold on. Here are some of the lyrics. Oh, Celeste, the girl with my name tattooed on her chest. Smell her clothes, smell her on my clothes like. Now, for some reason, hold on. I'm going to share this on the screen. For some reason, they have some of this blocked out. I wonder why. I find that interesting. Hold on just a second, beloveds. I'm sending this to my email real quick. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I'm going to share this on the screen. Okay, so here are the lyrics. This is the bridge of the song. Oh, Celeste, the girl with my name tattooed on her chest. Smell her on my clothes like blank. I hear her voice each time I take a breath. I'm obsessed. Oh, Celeste. Afraid you'll only love me when blank, but you look so damn gorgeous in that dress. Missing you so much makes me blank, but I digress because I don't know why they blacked that out. I don't know. I'll have to look up the actual lyrics. Maybe it's some profanity or something. I'm not sure. Okay. So with that all being said, let's go back to the video.
Dots until last night when homicide detectives raided a home in the Hollywood Hills. Now, it just happens to be the very same area where the Tesla had been abandoned and then towed. Yet the neighbors say that that Tesla has been parked regularly in front of the home that was raided. And in a town full of Teslas, you're going to find out why in just a moment. Why this Tesla was so memorable to the eyewitnesses who said, oh, it is that one. That's the one right there that was parked outside the home. TMZ reports that that home was most recently occupied by David, the singer, David Anthony Burke, even though it was rented by David's manager. Police reportedly seized a computer and quote unquote other items. And I talked about all of this and more today with TMZ executive producer Charles Ladebaudiere. And before I play you our conversation, I should note TMZ's reporting was instrumental in helping the police identify that the young victim in the trunk was Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Here's my interview. Charles, this story seems to really be getting legs. What happened today with the house where David had been staying? Tell me about that.
Yeah, this house where David had been staying at least earlier this year, probably even further back, police had a search warrant. They got a search warrant and they finally went through the house last night. We got some information about what they were looking for there. We know that there were photos of detectives leaving the house with a computer and then several other bags of evidence bags. We don't know exactly what they pulled out of there. We know what they were looking for, and it is very clear that they are trying to connect the victim, Celeste Rivas Hernandez, to that home and obviously to David also. We should say the home is about a block and a half away from where David's Tesla was parked when it was towed to an impound yard.
Okay, that's important. The proximity between this home that was investigated and searched and where the Tesla was found, that's key. I have seen reporting that neighbors had seen a Tesla parked outside that home.
Yeah, that very Tesla. We've spoken to several neighbors who said that the Tesla with the Texas plates, which is what makes it stand out here in LA, a black Tesla with those Texas plates. You know, it was registered to David, who's from the Houston area. So we know that that Tesla is his. The thing that's still not clear is who was actually driving the Tesla when the body was placed in the car, who parked it where it was eventually found and impounded. Those are the dots that still need to be connected here. But as for this house, it's very clear that this is where David was staying. There are lots of photos that he posted from that home. You know, he entertained people there. Benny Blanco came over and he posted some photos with him. The group Cat's Eye was there. They recorded a video with David, like a TikTok video with David in that house. So this is where he apparently was staying and clearly entertaining friends and, you know, posting content from that home. So the one thing we have not seen is a video of Celeste or photos of Celeste in that house. Now, other photos have surfaced showing, it seems pretty clear at this point that David and Celeste had a relationship. There's a live stream that was resurfaced where they were talking to some of his fans, and also a photo of David and Celeste out at an event somewhere in LA in, it appears, October 2023, because there's a photo of David and Billie Eilish at the same event from that date.
In October of 2023, she'd have been just turned 14.
Yes.
No,
I
just
believe
turned 13.
13. And he would have been, so 2023, he would have been 17 or 18.
Yeah, not legal.
Yeah.
Not legal. If
that
anything,
is another part of this. If it was a romantic relationship, yes, certainly disturbing. And we haven't seen anything like sort of PDA or kissing or anything that would make you think that we could say for sure this was a romantic relationship. But what is clear is they spent a lot of time together. What the nature of the relationship is, we don't know for sure yet.
Okay, well, I'm going to skip ahead to something I was going to ask you in a minute, but I'm going to go there now. Maybe we don't have pictures or anything of them indicating anything romantic, but there's art, there are songs, and now everything's being looked at through a microscope. Tell me about a leaked song called Celeste.
Yeah, the lyrics to this song now, like you said, looking through today's lens, very interesting. This is a song, it was unreleased, but it did leak on SoundCloud in in December of 2023. Some of the lyrics, and again, the title was Celeste. It says, "Oh, Celeste, the girl with my name tattooed on her chest. Smell her on my clothes like cigarettes. I hear her voice each time I take a breath. I'm obsessed."
That's 2023.
December of 2023, right.
Like 4 months before she disappeared.
Right. And actually, I believe there was another time. It appears that I don't know if it was she had run away or just that she was not contacting her mother. And so there was, in January of 2024, a missing report. And then again, another one in April. So her home life is also something we're looking into because it's clear that this was not a stable situation and that she was in and out of the house. We also know that, there was a photo, and we don't have a date for this one yet. There's a photo of David in a parking lot in Lake Elsinore, California, which for people outside of LA, that is a place that's about 70 miles east of LA. So it's not like right around the corner. And David was in a parking lot there in Lake Elsinore, which is where Celeste and her family live. They're from Lake Elsinore. So
yet another coincidence.
Yes. And by the way, that parking lot, we looked at it we geotagged the photo and looked at it. Is about a 6-minute walk from Celeste's home where her mom lives anyway.
Then there's another song that I find disturbing. It's 2022. And it's called Romantic Homicide.
It is,
and
one
there's
of
some lyrics there that are disturbing.
It is actually one of his biggest hits. If you look up David's songs on a streaming platform, Romantic Homicide is usually near the top, if not the top song. And some of the lyrics from that song, he says, "In the back of my mind, I killed you, and I didn't even regret it. I can't believe I said it, but it's true. I hate you."
Important to say, no mention of the name Celeste here.
No
and
mention of Celeste in there.
Doing the math, correct me if I'm wrong, she'd be 12 in 2022.
Yeah, we don't know when they first, met, when their friendship or whatever it was began. But obviously there are a lot of images now of them together. They had some sort of relationship. And now clearly police are trying to connect those dots as well. I got to tell you about the search at the house. We know what while we don't know what they actually left with, we know from law enforcement sources what they were looking for and what they did inside the house. They were looking for blood evidence. We're told that the detectives went through the house. There was with luminol, thinking that if whatever happened to Celeste, if she met her demise in the house, they wanted to see if there was any evidence of blood anywhere in the home. So they were using luminol around the house. They were checking drains to see if there's any, blood evidence or, blood or tissue that was in the drains there. So they did a scouring of this house looking for any evidence. Again, we don't know what, if anything, they found, but our law enforcement sources say when they executed this search warrant, that was on the list, a very long list of things they were looking for in that house.
That's very painful to hear, because we know that this body was dismembered and not all parts of this body were recovered. So it would make perfect sense if they were looking to see where that dismembering happened.
Right.
And also, just remind me, this house is being rented by David's manager.
Yeah, you got to keep in mind that David is a very young, he's 20 years old. So from what we've seen as listings, this house is going, $20,000.
Okay, I'm going to stop that for a second. Okay, I'm going to stop that for just a second because I want to pull something up. So this is the video that I showed you all last night. This is the video where David and Celeste were on live. And she said something about him graping, if you all remember that. I'm going to mute this because my video, I actually edited it. This one isn't edited. Okay, but as you can see, this is him and Celeste. Now, this looks like the younger Celeste, the one that went missing. So in this video, she clearly said it's controversial for him to be graping kids. And she said it with an S, with a plural. And that's why he ended the live and told his mods to delete it. Delete everything. Hold on, let me play that part.
And then as soon as the stream ends, delete the stream too.
Okay. He said, can we delete the stream too? Okay, so now I just want to remind you all of that. And also to try to see which one of the Celeste that was. I definitely think that was the younger one. Okay, now this is something that they posted about him on Discord. They were saying that David, the fans were upset on Discord because they felt like he was only talking to the girls. Okay, here's what they posted. David only talks to women from the server. And this was in March of 2023. And then someone says, oh, and then someone says, haha. Then someone says, they're also usually young too. Now, someone scratched that out, but that's what it said because I saw that message before. They're usually young too. Okay, and they said between 15 to 17 or something like that. And then someone said, what the F? David is a, I guess, freak or something like that. They said he's something. So anyway, listen, the people in Discord knew that he was talking to people who were not of age. And here's another thing too. Shortly after Celeste last posted online, David was flirting with some girl on Discord named Angela. All of a sudden, he was flirting with some other girl. Now, some people said that he may have been trying to make Celeste jealous, but I don't think Celeste was still alive at the time. Okay, but let's continue. I'm going to go back to the video.
Really, that's not the kind of thing even a famous 20-year-old could do on his own typically. So it is his manager, a guy who is connected to Interscope Records.
Josh Marshall is his name,
Yes.
right?
Yes. So he is the person we found out who was actually on the lease, who was renting this. But again, from all the photos that David has posted, it's very clear he was staying in this home, if not all the time. Frequently he was staying there.
Was the focus just on the house, or did they look elsewhere around the property?
They looked around the entire property. There's the house, there's a yard also where they could have searched for,
what about
and
a
would
garage?
have searched. Yes, there's a garage there. In fact, I want to say it's a 3-car garage that they went into. They searched there. But
I mean, my mind, being in true crime, goes to Dexter, and garages are often one of the places of choice, for this kind of macabre behavior. Yeah. And then do you have any information on purchasing? Like, was anybody within David's orb purchasing things like the kind of supplies you would need for this kind of an operation? Sometimes the Home Depot, sometimes Walmart. People go in with big cleaning supplies, drop sheets, even tools, that kind of thing. Bleach.
I know where your mind is going, Ashley, and I wish I could say We don't know at this point, but you know, it has been very difficult, I will say, to speak to people in David's orbit, that close friends.
Yeah, most people aren't going to say anything because think about it. A lot of people already knew what was going on. Okay, so now here's the thing. Someone posted a video saying that David actually released a song every year on Celeste's birthday, saying that they figured it out. Okay, so let's go to this video. I haven't watched it. I just saw this come up on TikTok. So let's listen to this.
User, that's crazy.
Dude, so it's nothing, right? So it's not, so I can go like this?
Yeah. No, I didn't inspect Element. I swear to God, I'm in LA and it says September 7th for me.
Case correct. It's actually the most, guys, everything lines up. Guys, you're talking about, what would be the other this? Guys, just for this one, just for this very one coincidence, it'd be 365 times 365. We're talking about 1 out of 133,000. It's not.
Okay, so that looks like one song. I don't know why he's saying that every year he posted a song on her birthday. Now, this is a song that, I see why he's saying that because there's two. Okay, there's a song that premiered September the 7th of 2022 and one that premiered September the 7th of 2023. And of course, her birthday is September the 7th of 2010. So yeah, that's all very strange. It definitely sounds like he was obsessed with her. Also, let me tell you all something. There's a clip, and I'm not going to show the clip because I don't want a copyright issue because they literally show a clip from a movie. But there is a video that David reshared where he basically said, oh, and also G from the land, thank you for your kind words, beloved. Say your reporting is top-notch, queen. Thank you so much for your kind words and your contribution to the channel. I appreciate you. Peace, love, and blessings. Okay, so now with that all being said, yeah, exactly. It may say that weirdo should be under the jail. I absolutely agree. I absolutely agree. Okay, so let's keep going. Oh, here's the thing too. They said that David, when someone had talked to him about his car, David said that his car was missing. They say he had reported it missing, right? They say he had reported it missing and all of that. And I guess before he went on tour, hold on, I'm going to play this video. I'm going to let you all hear the audio. I'm not going to upload it. I'm just going to play the audio of what this guy is saying. Hopefully you all can hear it. Hold on for a second. It's the hardest thing. Sitting before he started. He called to report a Tesla missing. Now, chat, anybody in chat, go to Google and say, can I call Tesla? If my Tesla is missing, can I call Tesla to track it? Watch what it shows you. To call Tesla, a Tesla, all cars report missing. When you can call Tesla and get it tracked, that don't make sense. They said the car was sitting for over 30 days. So when the car was impounded on the 8th, we can add 31 days plus that's change. That's days, if not a week or more, before he started this tour. The 13-year-old repoed on September 8th. Okay, so y'all heard that. The guy said that his car, David supposedly reported the car missing, and he's like, why did he just track the car himself? Because you can track a Tesla. Also, I thought it was interesting that that frunk is what they call it because her body was found in the front trunk of the car. So they call it a frunk, but that didn't even have a lot of space. And so I'm wondering, is that why he chopped her body up or just because he's so sick? Because that was really depraved. I want you all to think about what type of sick individual, what kind of depraved mind you have to be able to chop up, not only take out the life of the person, but chop them up, dismember. You were literally just living and talking with someone that you knew, anybody, but specifically someone that you knew. You're going to chop them up into bits and pieces. This is all so crazy at the end of the day. But let's continue.
And not willing to say anything at this point because they know what's going on. They know this case has been getting a lot of attention here in LA and growing in the attention it's getting around the country. They know what police are looking for, and so they have not exactly been forthcoming with a lot of information.
Well, you know how that works, Charles. The minute arrests start happening, people start talking because nobody wants to be on the business end of a charge connected with, you know, accessory, after or during, or conspiracy. I mean, these are the kinds of things that make the concentric circle squeeze to the player they're looking for. And I'm not saying it's David. I'm not saying it's his manager. It could be any of the above. You never know. It could be anybody. But just what about David himself? Like, what's going on with him? Is he in hiding? Is he under arrest? What are his management and endorsements? What's happening with him?
Boy, I wish I could tell you all. Here's what we know about David. The last place he was seen publicly for certain was in Seattle when he performed 2 nights ago. He had a show that was scheduled last night, but that one was canceled. And while we figured that he would be coming back to LA, we know that he has an attorney. We have not positively seen him yet. There was a sighting of someone that someone believed to be David, but we can't confirm 100% it was him. So we are on the lookout trying to find out where he is, but we have not seen him yet. And interestingly, he had shows scheduled here in LA this weekend. He was supposed to be playing at the Greek Theater. And what's really creepy and eerie is that you could go online right now as we're speaking and buy tickets to the show in LA, and also there's a show scheduled in San Francisco Friday night that has yet to be officially canceled. So, you know, look, that may change. This is as we're speaking right now, but I would expect it would be really bizarre to see him on stage performing as if nothing's going on when we know police have searched the home where he was living and what we know about his own car and what was found there.
1 second, they're a neighbor you like. The next, they're a neighbor you trust.
Actually, no problem.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to leave it right there for now, beloveds. Okay, I'm going to go to this last video. Now, this is the same picture that I showed you all last night where David is standing outside. Looks like he's paying somebody some money or whatever. Okay, and this is in Celeste's own neighborhood.
This is not a drill. A brand new photo has just surfaced of the singer David paying off people to shut up about him having the 15-year-old girl in the back of his trunk. A few moments ago, we have just received more crazy information regarding the singer David caught for having a 15-year-old girl in the back of his trunk, with TMZ now putting out a photo that looks to be David just 3 miles away from the home where the girl Celeste lived. What makes things even crazier is that in this screenshot, the cops have just found out that this location was literally just a 6-minute walk from the girl's house. And it looks like David in this photo specifically paying off kids who ended up seeing the body be put in the back of the car, and he was paying them basically for them to shut up and not say anything. Now, speaking of crazy musicians, markets on Kosher right now are going absolutely crazy as to if Kanye is going to be dropping his brand new album this month. And the coolest part about it is that if you accurately predict it dropping and get it right, you can get paid. And to get started, that's going to be my bio.
Okay, so with that all being said, they actually had a vigil for Celeste, and I'm going to go to that. And here's the thing. There was a post. I'm not sure where I put it because I had so many receipts. There was a post that I had, though, where someone posted saying that there was a girl from their neighborhood and that, hold on, is this it? It said that there was a girl from their neighborhood and she went missing. She ran away or whatever and went missing. And then when they heard about this story of David, they said that was the same girl. Okay, so a whole lot of strange stuff going on. Hold on. I'm just double checking something real quick. Okay, so let's go to the video of the vigil. This was from 8 hours ago. So this is new. This is new information from like 8 hours ago.
Coming together in solemn tribute tonight to remember a life cut short.
Yeah, vigil was held in Lake Elsinore for Celeste Rivas Hernandez. She is, as Karine mentioned, the teenager whose decomposed remains were discovered in the trunk of a Tesla and then tied to a popular singer named David. Rachel Menitoff joining us live in Hollywood now with that story. Rachel?
Rick, Karine, good evening to you both. Many parents and classmates attended tonight. Some told us they didn't know Celeste well, but they can put themselves in her family's shoes and realize this could have happened to someone they love and care for. A Lake Elsinore community mourning the suspicious death of 15-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez. While we don't know how she died, the teen's decomposed body was found inside a Tesla at a Hollywood tow lot after someone reported a stench coming from the car, which happens to be registered to popular R&B singer David.
This really hits home as a mom, and this could have been anybody's kid.
Celeste was last seen alive in April 2024 in her hometown of Lake Elsinore, about 60 miles southeast of LA. She was 13 at the time. Her mom tells TMZ her daughter had a boyfriend named David, and both David and Rivas reportedly had matching tattoos on their index fingers. Last week, LAPD detectives searched a home in the Hollywood Hills where the performer stayed and were seen leaving with a computer and other items. Tonight, amidst this large group of mourners, is a hope for clarity and answers about Celeste's disappearance and untimely death.
I feel really bad for what happened to her because the story is so messed up, and it's like, I don't even know what to say. My friend told me about it, and it's like, I never imagined that would happen.
And David seems to have canceled the rest of his U.S. tour, which was scheduled to wrap up in L.A. and San Francisco, as his involvement in the case becomes more of a focal point. A representative for him tells us that he is fully cooperating with the investigation. We're live in Hollywood tonight. I'm Rachel Menitoff. I'll send it back to you in the studio.
Questions pile up after a body was found in the front trunk of an impounded Tesla this month. The body was identified as 15-year-old Celeste Rivas, who'd been
Okay, so now with that all been said, I want to show you all this video where they're talking about how David was supposedly washing Celeste's shoes. They believe that they had blood on the shoes. They're definitely her shoes because I saw her in a video wearing the same shoes.
A video of David cleaning shoes, what looks like was taken off his home security camera after the police went and searched his home. The police were searching his home to see if they could find anything in connection with the death of the girl Celeste that was found in his Tesla in the tow yard. This footage has now surfaced online, which is believed to be Celeste's shoes that David
Okay, so why was he cleaning the blood off of her shoes? What's really going on here? Now I'm going to pull up this video where he actually, where they show Celeste wearing the shoes that he's in fact cleaning. Okay. We know these are her shoes. I don't know if there's music on this, so I'm going to mute it. Okay, so here you have David cleaning these shoes vigorously. And here are the shoes right here. Okay, that's Celeste wearing the shoes. She's laying back. It looks like she's sitting back on a bed or something like that. But those are the shoes that he's cleaning. Please pay attention. And they look like they have blood all over them. Y'all don't find that very strange? Then it says, I clean people's shoes as a side hustle, by the way. Yeah, right. Okay, very strange behavior. Very strange behavior. And the question is, why didn't he just throw the shoes away? Why was he sitting there vigorously trying to clean them? Did he want to keep the shoes for a souvenir? I don't know. Because you know, sometimes these murderers, that's exactly what they do, is they hold on to things. They hold on to things. Okay. And so now I'm looking at Celeste's Instagram account. It says, okay, so I think I may have found Celeste's Instagram account. Takes this all with a grain of salt. It's just speculation. I noticed a pattern with the account. Okay, I'm not even gonna pull that up. Okay, because we don't know. All right, hold on, beloveds. We're almost done. I just want to show this last screenshot. A song David did called Drink and Drive. Okay, let me pull this up. This dude has some weird music and weird songs. He really could sing, though. I've heard his voice. He had a nice voice. Too bad he's a whole psychopath. Okay, so behind this track, here's the song David made around May of 2024 after Celeste Rivas Hernandez has been reported missing. Okay, the arm I had around you can't feel it all. Chorus says, oh, are you still under the car? What kind of lyric is that? Are you still under the car? Stay with me. I know it's my fault. How could I just sit here wondering why I'm not sober and why she's not home? Oh God, I'm here. Can't you take me instead? She didn't deserve to go. She didn't deserve to go. Okay, so clearly he's talking about running over somebody while he was drunk. I guess it's all crazy music. Okay, so what do y'all think? Do y'all think this man is guilty or not? Because I certainly do. The evidence seems to be overwhelming. It's amazing to me that he isn't already under arrest. Okay, we know that they collected evidence from his house. They haven't said what evidence it was. So I'm just wondering, what is going to be the latest report? Okay, I'm going to let you all out of here. But let me just make sure that there's no new information. Let me see here. Okay, so 7 hours ago, it says Lake Elsinore residents honor. Okay, we already saw that. Is David's manager, Josh Marshall, involved in Celeste Rivas' death? Somebody might have some explaining to do. So here's what they say. On September the 8th of 2025, some workers reportedly smelled a foul odor coming from the impounded Tesla in a tow yard in Hollywood. They informed the police about it, and they went to the spot and discovered a decomposed and dismembered body in the car. On further investigation, the vehicle was found to be registered to singer David. His real name, we already know, is David Anthony or whatever. Okay, so Burke, I think. Okay, so the body was confirmed to be that of Celeste Rivas Hernandez. She was reported missing in April from her home in Lake Elsinore. Now, the person who said that they knew a girl from their neighborhood, she ran away and she was supposed to be off with some guy named David. And they said that they were from Lake Elsinore. So definitely the same person. And then she said once she found out about this whole story with David, she knew exactly that was the same girl. So that was all just strange. So her death's been investigated as a homicide, but the cause of death is still undetermined due to the advanced stages of decomposition. David is one of the prime suspects in Celeste's case. However, he has not been arrested due to a lack of concrete proof of his involvement. Now, the majority of netizens suspect David's connection to Celeste Rivas Hernandez's case based on the circumstantial evidence. Since David's manager, Josh Marshall, has been with him for about 4 years, he is suspected of being aware of the singer's involvement with the teenager and her death. Okay, so people are infuriated due to Josh's silence regarding the case. They took to social media to express their frustration regarding the same and raised questions such as how is it possible for him, or how was it possible for him to not be aware of what was going on in David's life when he was so closely related to him. They wanted him to speak up for Celeste, as the girl was rumored to be linked with the singer. According to them, there were many hints that David was romantically involved with Celeste, and as her manager, there was no way that he didn't know about the girl being missing for months. They want him to reveal everything he knows about her death and help her to get justice. Okay, the social media comment read as, and here's what they said. As David's manager, you know everything about his life. You literally manage it. How is it that you haven't spoken up? This girl has been around him since she was 12 or 13 years old. Well, actually, he's known her and been talking to her since she was 10. And this is according to his own timeline. So anyway, police found her over a year ago at the Hollywood Hills house with him. You knew that. You knew she was a missing person. You knew she was underage. Now she's dead. Why did you allow a missing child, very underage at that, to be harbored by your client in a house leased to you? So Celeste's mother recently told TMZ that her daughter had a boyfriend named David before she went missing in April of 2024. Now, it remains unclear whether David is indeed the singer David, as many people suspect. Well, it's definitely him. He was in her neighborhood, like I said. I showed you all the picture. And also they have that same ring. And then also he made all those songs about her, and he has her clothes. He had the dead girl's shoes cleaning the blood off of them. He had the jacket, the Gap jacket that she's wearing in her own missing poster, okay, that the other Celeste ended up having on. See this Gap jacket right here? That's the same exact jacket that Celeste Herrera had on. Okay, the same exact jacket that Celeste Herrera had on. So I find that all very strange. And this girl looks young. There's no way anybody in their right mind thought she was no 18 or 19 years old. Okay, none whatsoever as far as I'm concerned. So anyway, that's all I have for now. I'll keep you all updated. I'm just waiting for them to make an arrest because I really, really think he did it. And this is some sick and twisted stuff. This really is. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of that serial killer. His name is Ed Gein. Okay? He was just sick. And as a matter of fact, one of the characters, Leatherface, on the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, they got the idea for Leatherface from Ed Gein. And that's kind of what this is given. Or maybe Silence of the Lamb, Buffalo Bill, something weird. And also, you all don't think that David is LGBTQ? Once in the chat, if you think David is LGBTQ, I'm sorry. He looks totally like he's LGBTQ. Okay? I don't even think he really likes girls. That's just my opinion. I just don't even think he really likes girls. Maybe that's why he took her up out of here. All right. I think that he was doing some nefarious things to her, probably living out some of his sexual fantasies on her. And because remember, there's some someone was talking about on their video about some exchanges where Celeste was saying that David wanted her to do sorts of things, these weird sorts of things when they were being intimate that she didn't feel comfortable doing. There's no telling what that was. There is no telling what that was. Hey, Elder Bob Rashawn Live says he don't mess with black people. Okay? He probably knew that wouldn't turn out good for him, beloved. But yeah, this is all crazy. At the end of the day, I think that he was, and here's another thing too. These weird people, now I don't know exactly, what kind of ritualistic stuff he was doing, but I'm pretty sure it was some ritualistic stuff because he seems like a whole occultist. He seems like somebody who's into this blood and gore, like those horrorcore people and all of that. And just like somebody who was into S&M, just very psychopathic, in my opinion. And the reason I call him a psychopath is because a sociopath usually becomes the way they are through things that happen to them in society, from their surroundings, environment they're in, trauma, different things. I think David was born this way. And the reason I think that he was born this way is because he's so young. He hasn't lived in this world really long enough to have gained a lot of experience to turn him into a sociopath, in my opinion. Because here's the thing, he may be 20 now, but he was doing all this weird stuff when he was like 16. Because if he met Celeste when she was 10, okay, back in 2021, isn't that when he said that they first met? That means that she was 10, and that also means that he was 15 or 16. So at that age, being so sick and demented and clearly having a depraved mindset, I would have to say that he was probably born that way. And let's not forget what I've told you about these psychopaths and sociopaths. They do not have the ability to feel empathy or sympathy. They do not have remorse. Only time they show remorse is for themselves when they get caught in their BS and they feel realize they can't get out of it, but they don't have human emotion to feel empathy and sympathy, or sorrow for someone else. That's why in that song, he said, I killed you. In my mind, I killed you and I didn't regret it. I can't believe I said it because he didn't give a crap. He took this poor young innocent girl's life and didn't give a damn. And how you know he didn't give a damn is because he put her in the trunk of that car, packed up his suitcase, got on a flight, and went on tour. Who does that? He literally went on tour after murking this poor young girl and chopping her body up to bits and pieces and putting her in the front of his Tesla. The front, not the trunk. But isn't this all crazy? And then he wants us to think that his car was stolen. But whoever stole it, you mean to tell me they only drove it down the street from where he lives and left it there? He didn't bother to track it because you can easily track a Tesla. Like, dude, get out of here. But see, here's what's going to mess him up. I want you all to pay attention. I'm going to go ahead and make a prediction. This is what's going to happen. There's cameras, and the police are going to find out who drove that Tesla to that spot where the body was found. Okay? They're going to find out. Oh, yeah, I promise you. They're going to find out. And with that all being said, that is when the gavel's going to drop. Because here's the thing. Even Teslas, they're equipped with numerous cameras. They have interior cameras for safety, autopilot functions and all that. They have rear-facing camera for driving, a cabin camera for monitoring driver attentiveness and security, and cameras for the integrated dash cam and sentry mode systems. See, these cameras provide the vehicle with like a comprehensive view of all of its surroundings for features like lane keeping and, obstacle avoidance and whatnot. Okay, so they got windshield cameras, which is like usually 2 cameras, okay, above the rear view mirror, and one for like autopilot or whatever, like a dash cam. Then you have the fender cameras, pillar cameras, rear facing cameras. Honey, he's busted. Okay, it's only a matter of time. The walls are closing in. Don't forget, you heard it here first. Okay, they're gonna catch him because whoever, like I said, drove that car to that spot, oh, it's going to come out. And David, if that was you, buddy, you're going down. Okay, you're going down. And they're talking about that he's basically, they're saying that he's cooperating with law enforcement. Yeah, I bet he is. Okay, I'll bet he is. Probably lying through his teeth. Okay, probably lying through his teeth. Queen Sam, it was either the manager or top flight security. Okay, OG Patrice said whether they prove it or not, whether they drove it or had it towed, Tesla will have a recording. Exactly. And I doubt they had it towed because it wouldn't even make sense if you called somebody to tow your car and then they say, where am I towing it to? And you're like down the street. That would immediately arouse suspicion, in my opinion. Driving it down the street and just leaving it parked abandoned. Yeah. I think that he probably killed her late at night, took her body and put it in the front, and then drove that car in the dark of night, left it there, and then probably walked back home because it wasn't that far. Okay, this is all sick and twisted. If he did this, and I absolutely think he did, I hope he gets everything that's coming to him because he's a whole demon. This is all so sick and twisted. Like, it really seems like a movie. Okay. And then Diane said, look at his eyes, Queen. He's definitely demon possessed. Yes, he absolutely is. That's who Tommy is. He said Tommy is the bad side of him. Okay. And at the end of the day, I believe he is a whole demon. Look at his eyes. They look like a shark's eyes. Okay. When a shark's getting ready to attack, this is how their eyes look. They go dark and black, like there's no life within them. And that's how he looks. Ted Bundy had the same eyes. Ed Gein, same eyes. Okay, Jeffrey Dahmer, same eyes. Those are the eyes of a killer. And I believe that he was doing some type of sick ritualistic sacrifice, okay, to secure his place in the industry. Now, I think he would have done it regardless because he's just a sick person. Because like I said, when he started talking to her back in 2021, I think he was already planning on doing something nefarious at some point. And I think also that he was obsessed and wanted to possess her. I think that the fact that, maybe if she was actually pregnant, that was going to blow his cover. because he's sitting there trying to pay people off, trying to get people to be quiet. He's got a whole nother Celeste. He's got the other Celeste wearing the dead Celeste clothes. Mind you, they both supposedly knew each other, but at some point, he had the other Celeste wearing her clothes. Was he trying to pass off Celeste Herrera as Celeste Hernandez? Just trying to keep it on going as business as usual? He's going down for the count regardless, okay? He is absolutely a whole demon as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, Sheila said his ritual backfired. I'll tell you it did. Queen Sam said our queen knows of what she speaks. She's a serial killer expert and is knowledgeable of what she speaks. Thank you, beloved. Okay, this is all crazy. Zoe said he had said he wanted to go off grid on an island for 4 years when Celeste would be 18. Yes, he did say that. Thank you for reminding me. That's exactly what he said. When someone asked him in an interview, what did he expect to be doing? Or maybe they were just talking on the podcast chatting, but I remember a guy asked him, what do you plan to be doing in 5 years? He said, if the album really, really blows up, and they're like, dude, you're already blown up. He said, yeah, but even bigger in the next 3 years, he wants to really blow up so he can like get everything together, get all his money and all of that. And then he said, 4 years from now, he'll be gone. He wants to be on an island and just live in life and just disappear. Why would he want to disappear? Why would you want to disappear? This dude is crazy. Okay, he's really weird. He's really out there as far as I'm concerned. Okay, he reminds me of one of those people that are into that vampire cult. Okay, those people that live underground and all that, and they think they're vampires, walking around in dark clothes, black lipstick, and talking crazy, drinking blood, cutting each other, and all this crazy stuff. That's what he reminds me of. Okay, and those horrorcore people as well. Definitely demonic activity going on with him. That's obvious to me. Just look at him. Okay, just look at him. And also, here's the thing. I want you all to pay attention because it is absolutely not normal to be obsessed with blood. Okay, it is not normal to be obsessed with blood. All right, it just isn't. Now, look at this. Let us not forget. Okay, let us not forget how he was selling these clothing items on his website, which is just so gruesome. Who wants to wear that? Okay, and here's why it's so sick and twisted. The Most High frowns upon this, I'm sure. All of this blood that he's just covering clothes in blood and all this weird stuff. Okay, that's just all sick because first of all, you have to keep in mind that blood is the very essence of life. Okay, it represents the vitality of flow and existence. But here's the thing though, it's also associated with sacrifice. As spilling blood symbolizes giving up something precious or enduring pain. Y'all know that? Those of you that follow Spiritual Channel, you absolutely know that. Okay? I want y'all to pay attention. And then let's not even forget about how in Christianity, and he said he came from a Christian background. In Christianity, the blood of Jesus Christ is believed to atone for sins and redeem humanity. It represents a sacrifice that cleanses and purifies. All right? Is that why J-Lo was covering herself in chicken and hen blood after she did those rituals to try to get her life together? According to her first ex-husband. All right? And so anyway, this is just all crazy. But I tell you what, too. You know, in some cultures, blood is also even considered a powerful substance that can grant supernatural abilities or connect individuals to the divine. Okay? Because back in ancient Egypt or ancient Kemet, pharaohs were believed to have a divine right to rule based on their royal blood. So blood is very important is all I'm saying. Okay? Blood is associated with the cycle of death and rebirth, but it also is the essence of life. And this fool's walking around here drenching himself in it, okay? Selling items that look as though they're covered in blood. Talking about all kinds of sick fetishes and fantasies. Talking about gore corn. Yeah, make that make sense. Okay? Make that make sense. And then also, it represents pain as well. Now, Didn't David say that his alter ego, Tommy, means pain? Isn't that what he said in some language? What language did he say? Does anybody remember? Does anyone remember? There was some language he said that word means pain. And I never heard that before. Okay, but that's what he said. And that's why he chose to call his alter ego that, which I thought was very interesting. Okay, so anyway, with that all been said, King Dundada said he's the new Lil Uzi Vert. He looks possessed. Okay. And speaking of Lil Uzi Vert, I think he's a whole devil worshiper, having concerts with burning crosses, upside down crosses, and all that. And his name, Lil Uzi Vert, if you say it fast, sounds like Lucifer. Who's calling themselves that? Okay. What's going on here? All right. So anyway, with that all been said, I'm out of here. I love you all to life. I hope you all enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. And also, Amy says, facts 100. Heard that he baits to people being headless. Use your imagination, guys. Oh my goodness. This is all crazy, beloved. This is all crazy. Thank you for that information. Okay, so listen, honey, I'm gonna see what else I can dig up, but we're gonna go live today. It's about 6:30 because we got to talk about Trump. When I tell you all, y'all, did y'all see the funeral of Charlie Kirk? Did y'all hear what Trump said? Y'all know y'all's president has lost his darn mind. Okay, y'all know I'm going in on Trump. Y'all know I'm going in on Trump. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Nine. Nine says it's Tommy. It's Tommy. Okay, it means pain in Japanese. That's what he said, beloved. Thank you. It was Japanese. And I should have known that was the language because he loves anime. Okay, so thank you for that. Yes. Okay, so anyway, honey, I look forward to seeing you all later on today at 6:30 so we can go in on Trump. And if I have any more information on this, I'll be back to report that too. All right, love you all to life. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
Hey, yo, Nick, hit him with that flavor. All in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood. Kings all in my circle, you touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got